Voting is underway in the world's biggest election in India. Voting in the first phase of the Lok Sabha elections has begun in 21 states and union territories. 102 seats are up for grabs, and my colleague Haim gets you the latest.
Thank you so much, Aisha. Of course, there's lots to unpack here. Let's start by looking at the first phase of voting, which is underway right now. Now, the first phase of voting is underway in the world's biggest election in India. As Rahisha mentioned, 166 million voters in 102 constituencies across 21 states and union territories are casting their ballots today in the first of the 7 phases that are spread over the coming 40 days. With 39 seats, Tamil Nadu has the largest number of seats going to polls in the first phase from southern India. Voting is also being held in 12 seats across Rajasthan, 8 in Uttar Pradesh, 5 each in Maharashtra, Uttarakhand and Assam, 4 in Bihar, 3 in West Bengal, 2 each in Arunachal Pradesh and Meghalaya, and 1 in Manipur. Polls are also set to take place in 1 seat each in Chhattisgarh, Mizoram, Nagaland, Sikkim, Tripura and Jammu and Kashmir. The union territories which are going to polls are Andaman and Nicobar Islands, Lakshadweep and Puducherry. Now, big leaders, they started casting their votes today. Rashtriya Swayamsevak Sangh Chief Mohan Bhagwat casted his ballot in Nagpur. And actor Rajnikant also cast his vote at a polling booth in Chennai. Then we have Union Minister and BJP candidate from Bikaner Lok Sabha seat, Arjun Ram Meghwal, to arrive to vote. Former Chief Minister Kamal Nath along with his son Nakul Nath cast their votes in Madhya Pradesh as well. A big focus, however, as I mentioned earlier, in the first phase is Tamil Nadu state. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited Tamil Nadu multiple times during campaigning as well. As the BJP sought a foothold in the state, however, the leading contenders are still the ruling DMK and the AIADMK. The stakes are high for the AIADMK, especially after parting ways with the BJP-led NDA last year. The upcoming polls promise a fierce contest and potential shifts in the political landscape of Tamil Nadu. India's largest state, Uttar Pradesh, will see a 3-way contest between the National Democratic Alliance and the India Bloc and the Bahujan Samaj Party. The other crucial states, West Bengal and Maharashtra, while the BJP is seeking a stronger majority, the opposition India Bloc are hoping for a rebound after facing reverses in 2014 and 2019 elections. Now, this gigantic exercise that involves almost 1 billion voters, it's spread over 7 days across the world's most populous country. In the peak of the heat, summer heat, it ends on the 1st of June and votes will be counted on the 4th of June. And to get us the latest ground updates, we now have with us Siddharth MP joining us from Chennai. Siddharth, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, you've been tracking the developments closely through the course of the day. What can you tell us about how things have progressed so far?
So hello, this is actually a very sweltering afternoon here in Chennai, and despite that, what we can tell is that very confidently at least 40% voter turnout we've observed in Tamil Nadu. This is the latest update as of 1 PM from the Election Commission. This of course is quite commendable given that we've reached 1/2 of the polling. So there's just about 4 hours to go. The polling closes at 6 PM. So despite the temperatures being extremely hostile, so anywhere between 37 to 40 degrees centigrade and the humidity making it much worse for different parts of Tamil Nadu, but the fact remains that at least 40% voter turnout in different parts of Tamil Nadu. But what we have to see is that 40% is actually just the average figure. And in 3 urban seats, that is in Chennai South, Chennai Central and Chennai North, we've observed that there's just a little over 30%, that is 32 or 35% polling voter turnout. And this is, expected from the urban centers, because generally in urban centers there is this sort of notion and understanding that the people don't turn out to vote in large numbers. But in other places, in rural areas, in also peri-urban areas, tier 2 cities and those kind of constituencies, we're seeing even staggering numbers, 44-45% voter turnout. But in the urban regions such as Chennai, it is of course bad. Perhaps heat, perhaps the other reasons, perhaps some people don't feel that they want to come out and vote. So we'll have to wait and watch over the next 4 hours how things change. But of course, certainly so far what we've seen till now is that there are people turning up in good numbers. But now is a lean period, because anywhere between 1 to 3:30 p.m. is when there is the peak heat during the day. So perhaps only those who can venture out in their AC vehicles and come out to vote might be taking that chance. But otherwise people might not want to come out during this peak heat and vote. But of course, as far as the overall voting numbers goes, it looks pretty encouraging. And to also talk about the projections, it is expected that at least 70% or 75% voter turnout will be there, and that is the expectation this time around, because overall in the last 2 polls we've seen Tamil Nadu have 72 to 73% voter turnout.
All right, well, Siddharth, thank you so much for bringing us the latest on-ground updates in these sweltering temperatures. Take care, Siddharth. Of course, we'll continue to track all the developments with you there.